then. Sunday morning. It is. Sunday morning, about 5:30. So we skipped a few days. Only reason being, this is kind of the only time I've had to sit down and make a little video. Today's a rest day and a day off work, so we've got a bit more time to our hands. Just having my hydration. We've got Systol Max by Strong, 1 scoop of that, 2 scoops of electrolytes, 5 grams of creatine, and 10 grams of essential amino acids. This is my morning rest day, 1.5 litre drink, which I'll have straight away in the morning. Just done 3 meals for tomorrow, so we've got them boxed off for tomorrow, so I don't have to think about them, which is good. But obviously the main reason we're here, main reason we're sitting down, is to discuss the 5-year plan. Or I think, before I'm 30 plan. We'll call it that instead. So pretty much, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know the video is quite long at the moment, but that's a dog, by the way. Dog just sneezed. Always gets up around this time when I get up. But anyway, before I'm 30 plan, so we'll talk about bodybuilding, we'll talk about business. Those are the 2 main areas I want to cover. But pretty much the 2 main areas that I spend my time doing. I don't really do much else instead of work and bodybuilding. That takes up, 95 to 98% of my life. I rarely have any time to do much else, but I love it, so I wouldn't change it. But yeah, before I'm 30, let's start with bodybuilding. Ever since a young age, 17, I started lifting, started training. Jay Cutler was a main role model in my eyes when I came up. So, looking on forums, looking on the bodybuilding.com website, seeing all of Jay Cutler's nutrition, all his training, making notes of all that, and seeing how he was doing bodybuilding and business very well, and is to this day, probably one of the best in the business, for business, and taking bodybuilding and business and making them work, and doing very well off it. So he was the first bodybuilder I came across in terms of that. But really that's not really anything to do with the 5-year plan, but we'll get into that now. So I'm going to be straight, and I think maybe realistic. I'd like to say I am being realistic here, but I want my pro card before I'm 30. I know that's probably strange hearing that, since I haven't even stepped on stage yet, but where I think it is, to get your pro card, you obviously got to have a pro physique. I want to come to the stage with a pro physique. I don't want to step into any show right now or before and just bring an average physique, which might win a show, but it's not at a pro level. I've always said, if you want to be a pro, act like a pro. I've taken that into my training, I've taken that into my day-to-day bodybuilding life, how I structure my meals, how I structure my training, what I do as a person, in terms of bodybuilding and life. But yeah, we're getting sidetracked again. So yeah, pro card before I'm 30, preferably in the next 5 years. That's what I'd like. And then obviously going on to a pro show. obviously a bit later. I'm not going to rush into anything. I said to myself, probably this year, last year, I'm not going to rush into anything. I don't want to just put myself on stage just for the sake of getting on stage. I don't think I'm ready right now to step on stage and, hang with the big boys, and, I've got to push more size, I've got to push more density, and that just takes time. It's just training years. I'm 23 now, so I'm still quite young in the game, but it's just going to take time. It's going to take a few more years of training, a few more years of training hard, pushing weight up, because I am 6'1", I'm about just under 260 right now, so I believe I've got to be on stage at like 280, 290 to be very competitive. That's at my height, so we've got a way to go. I'm pretty lean right now, fairly lean right now, at 260, which is good, but we've obviously got to be bigger. I'm just putting more size on, which is just time. So like I said, I don't want to rush into it, but I do, pro card before I'm 30, and then obviously pro show, and all that. I'd never go into a show just to compete. I'd always go in to win, and that's my mindset with it. So that's kind of bodybuilding ticked off, really, in terms of the next 5 years. It's a longevity thing. You gotta train, eat for freaking a long time. Bodybuilding is a long career. Well, it's actually it's actually quite a short career, but to be able to put on the size to where you're competing at a high level, it takes a while. You can't just jump into a show and think you're gonna smash everyone and win and do it that way. You've got to take time out, get into an off season, get into not a lean physique, which I am right now. Put yourself in a physique where you are holding a bit of body fat, you are pushing calories up, you are uncomfortable trying to put your socks on, all those kind of things. I think when I was younger, 20s, early 20s, well, I'm early 20s now, but 19, 20, 21, I'd push food up. I got into quite I wouldn't say fat, but abs weren't there. But I believe with that and my strength training, that's how I put on the size. And I think people nowadays like to stay too lean all year round, and just do it for the Instagram, so they can post up lean pictures, all year round, and it's just not. You're not going to put on size that way. There's no way in hell you're going to be put on size being not shredded, but fairly freaking lean. It's not going to happen. If your goal is to put on size and work your way up that way, you've got to put yourself into a calories got to go up, so strength goes up, so tissue comes on like that way. But yeah, we're rambling on, I'm waffling on. I'm trying to keep it short. So yeah, main things from that: pro card before I'm 30, preferably a pro card in the next 5 years, and a pro show. Obviously, we'll go in there to win. That would be, but obviously, pro show is probably going to take a bit more time. So we're going to think about early 30s in that way, and then we'll just go from there. But that's in the next 5 years. As I said, not rushing into anything. I want to bring a pro physique, and that's what I want to do. So we're not rushing. Okay. So that's bodybuilding. Now onto business, which is kind of bodybuilding related, but not. As some of you may know, I am currently a chef and have been a chef for the last seven years. Since I was 16, I've been in hospitality, so it's been a while. And you might know that, you know, chefing hours aren't the nicest. You know, you're looking at a standard chef working day is about 12, 13 hours. Sometimes can rock up to about 15, 16 hours a day as a chef. You know, and that could be, you know, 5, 6 days a week. If you're lucky, you get 2 days off a week. So obviously now with bodybuilding getting more and more serious year in, year out, you know, it's time to get out of hospitality, it's time to get out of the restaurant. And if you don't know, I am a private chef as well, and have been for the last 3 years. Private chef is basically you go around to people's houses, like a personal chef, cook from, you know, 2 people up to 10 people, doing functions, barbecues, birthdays, that kind of stuff. It's more, for me, more on the fine dining route, doing stuff that I enjoy doing, being creative with dishes, being able to do new menus all the time, sourcing the best produce, kind of just taking it in my own, taking all that I've learned for the last 7 years of everyone, of some great people, and putting it into one business, which I've been enjoying for the last 3 years. You know, it's been good, but just haven't been able to push it as much as I wanted to, just because of working in restaurants. You know, restaurant work, your busiest days are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. People want dinners Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's been hard to advertise, it's been hard to say yes to people. Obviously, with the ones that I've done in the last 3 years, it's been a case of just booking off work, doing it on my day off, which is great. But now I've got a little taste of working for myself and the ease of doing it. Because if you think about it, let's say I do a dinner for 4 people. You know, there's 4 canapes, 4 starters, 4 mains, 4 desserts, maybe cheese. You know, so you're looking at 4 dishes per course. At the place I'm at now, you know, at the place I'm now, it's small dishes. At the restaurant, small dishes, so a table of 6 could get up to 20 dishes. So in one night, we're looking at over 160, 170 dishes that we're doing. And obviously you can imagine all the prep that goes into that in a day-to-day visit, day-to-day working of the kitchen. It's a lot, you know, and doing a dinner for a family of 4 people, you know, the prep only takes 2 to 3 hours, and then you're serving, then you're going home. So the hours are much better. You know, at the moment right now, I need to prioritize bodybuilding because of the goals that I want to hit and the way that I want to take it. I need more time. I need more time to recover. I need more time to get sleep, and I need more time to, you know, train and just work on that. You know, being on my feet for 12, 13 hours a day. There's people that work those. It's pretty brutal. You know, it does catch up with you. You know, and it's you know, it's not the best. You can work around it, but for doing bodybuilding, it's not ideal. So we want to make that better. So by the end of this year, I want to go full-time private chef, full-time working for myself, not making anyone else any money, which is what I've been doing for the last 7 years. I'm just going my own way. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with that. Bodybuilding business wise, I might venture into coaching. We will see. You know, I do quite like, I've dabbled in it a bit. I do quite enjoy it. So it might be a case of, you know, doing coaching and private chefing, doing those 2 together. Again, working for myself on both, which will be just great. I'm finished now. I'm done with working for people. I'm done with that. I just don't enjoy that anymore. Obviously, since I've got a taste for working for myself, it's a different story, you know. So that's the route that I want to take in terms of business. Private chefing is up there, and it's just going to give me enough. It's just going to give me more time to improve my bodybuilding and make that my priority. Because it's always been that way around. It's always been bodybuilding as a priority, and work comes next. You know, I've always stuck at chefing because I knew it paid the bills. I knew it paid for bodybuilding. You know, and it does. You know, that was the reason that I did it, and that's the reason why I sourced out different jobs. You know, I've worked up the ranks now. I started as a KP, cleaning dishes when I was 16. Worked up to head chef role, so I've gone through a lot of positions, and I've kind of done that segment of hospitality, restaurant work. You know, I've kind of done it in quite a short space of time, to be honest. I just want to go my own way now. I want to go my own way of creating dishes, you know, ordering nice local produce, and because I do enjoy it. You know, I think working the hours that I've worked in the past and do work now, you lose passion for it, because it's just pretty brutal. You know, you lose a bit of passion for it. So doing the private chefing will mean the passion will come back, and it does. Whenever I do a private function, I enjoy doing it. I like prepping the food. I like going out to source the menu. I like, you know, chatting to the guests and stuff. It's good. So that's kind of it. I want to keep it quite short. In terms of business for bodybuilding, obviously any money that comes in from bodybuilding is a bonus. I'm solely doing bodybuilding for a passion. I think to be good at bodybuilding, you have to be in it for the passion and the love for the sport. You have to love the training, you have to love the off season, you have to love the grind, the daily grind. You know, there's no focus on money, because there's not much money in bodybuilding. If you think there is, you're wrong. There's not. Unless you make a business out of it and you do it that way. But in actual bodybuilding competitions, there's not much money in it. You know, and getting a sponsor, if you want to get a sponsorship, and you get it one off a good company, then yeah, the money can be good. But sponsorship can get cut off at any time. You know, you could have, I don't know, let's say you've got 80 to 90, 100 grand coming in a year, one day, and then you could get cut off the next, and you got nothing. So relying on that kind of stuff in bodybuilding, I don't think is wise. I don't think chasing that is the best. And obviously you just got to have a passion for bodybuilding. You got to do bodybuilding for the love that you have for it, and not be chasing after the money that comes with it. You know, it's just an added bonus to what we do. You know, so in terms of business, that's really it. To be honest, in the next 5 years, I don't think I'll be a chef. I think I would have moved on to something else. It will be down the line of bodybuilding, whether that be coaching, whether that be something else, I don't know as of yet, but yeah, I'll be working for myself by the end of this year, definitely. That's been the goal for a while now. I'm just trying to build it up. I'm just trying to build up the clientele, and that's the main thing with private chefing, is the clientele, getting a fixed clients who want to come back and you know, on a weekly or monthly basis. So I think that's kind of it. We touched on bodybuilding at the start. Now we just touched on business a bit. Kind of just want to give you an insight into my plan, my ongoing plan. You know, this could change in the next few months, but this is where I'm at now. I'm just chipping away day by day and getting better every day. You know, trying to progress in bodybuilding, trying to progress in business, and you know, just continue on that incline. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I've rambled on enough. I've talked a lot in this video, but it's what it is. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. If you have watched to the end, don't forget to like, give a subscribe, because half of the people that watch this already subscribe. So give it a subscribe, turn the bell on, and yeah, I'll see you next week.